Hello and welcome to the Mania World Cup 2018. Today, we'll be looking at the group stages. I'm Nivrad00 and I'll be having with me shortly the Topster. This wonderful morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where in the world you are, our first matches of today are Sweden versus Chile and Norway versus Canada. Oh, and we have a third match going on, Argentina versus Switzerland. Coming in an hour, we're going to have Russian Federation versus United States and Norway versus Brazil. And after that, it's Canada and Brazil, and that's all we have for today.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the MWC 7 Key 2018 World Cup. My name is Bento, and I'm very excited to be commentating over the Norway versus Canada match. Now, Norway is the lowest seed of this tournament. So their team captain, I believe, is let's see. Excuse me while I look up this information. Although we'll be seeing Stayen.
Sorry about that. Hi, Vento. It's good to see you here.
Yeah,
We're talking about Sweden versus Canada, right?
Norway versus Canada, even.
Norway versus Canada. Oh, geez, my bad. Sometimes I get them confused. But yeah, we're going to be looking at a Group B matchup. This is the mid seed and the low seed of Group B. How the group stages work is that there's 3 teams per group, but only the top 2 teams get to move on to the double elimination rounds. So that means that Norway, being the very low seeded, not a very favored pick for getting into the tournament, but into the double elimination tournament. But if they can edge out Canada, then they have a chance.
Canada, however, is probably, I'd assume, one of the stronger mid seeds with players like Dot, Antheimer, a very strong team in general. And as far as I have to
concur with that.
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know any player on the Norwegian team that I is particularly comfortable with 7 key, at least over 4 key. We have Stayen is obviously very well known for his 4 key performance, but not as comfortable with 7 key. Bizarrely fast as well, as we're seeing playing the warm-up. Is also a 4 key player mainly.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of times with 7K, with the 7K World Cup, you have a lot of 4K players in it. This is partly just due to the fact that 4K is more popular, and there's nothing we can do about that, but you have to make do, and I'm glad that we have this many participants to begin with.
Yeah, definitely. So as we can probably tell, this is Norway's warm-up. I'd be highly surprised if it was Canada's warm-up. No, Alt for Norge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that.
I can try. I'm Swedish. It almost works.
I don't know what this sounds like, but it's an interesting pick. Of course, each team gets a warm-up before we go into the match fully. That's what I'm trying to say.
So I have seen this song mapped in 4-key before as well, but never in 7-key. It's very Ellen heavy, it seems. Although not the hardest of maps, but you know. And with that, that's the first warm-up over. As we can see here, Dot is absolutely the shining point of this of these two teams. It seems, getting by far the best score in on the first warm-up. I'll be going into the second warm-up, now Canada's, of course, which is going to be End Time. Ooh, oh, okay, so it seems like this might be the ranked version of End Time, which is, well, it's quite well known. It's an extremely hard, very, very stream-based map, especially towards the ending.
You know, this part of the song does sound familiar, but I can't place it.
Well, so hopefully we'll be moving right along with the second warm-up soon. Currently, we're also having Argentina playing versus Switzerland, and Sweden playing versus Chile. I mean, excuse me. And we'll be going into the second warm-up of Norway versus Canada. Now, if you have if you're comfortable with or if you're familiar with the ranked beat maps of 7-key mania, you'll recognize this instantly. Now, it's got quite a light start, but as it goes on, it gets a lot heavier. So, even in the beginning, we'll be seeing quite some intense streams. Starting here. You can see that Bizarrely Fast and Dot are the two most comfortable with those types of patterns, at least in terms of accuracy. Although Dot being the only player still holding combo. Now going to the somewhat more consistent stream soon. Struggling a bit with these brackets mainly. And going into the main section of this map. Now, both players on the Norwegian side are struggling quite a bit, but it seems like Canada is holding on quite well, especially Dot. Actually, it seems on my end like as if both Norwegian players failed out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like both of our commentators have exhaled their last breath. Let's give them a moment. They're in the ER right now, getting their stuff sorted. Pulling out the breathalyzers. All that good stuff. It's quite impressive. Both of their computers decided, you know what? 7 key, not my thing. Even a little bit. I'm just gonna crash. So there's that. Such a beautiful, calming song. As they are being resuscitated one by one.
Oh, excuse the brief.
Welcome back among the living, my good sir.
Hello there.
I'm glad you didn't. Holy parish.
Well, when you don't know what's going on, you have to deal with it somehow, and apparently, occasionally
sounds like daily life to me. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so that we seem to have the bands finished, all that good stuff.
All right. I suppose you won't be needing any form of introduction, although this is obviously the voice of Happy Stick we're hearing. Now it seems like the first pick is going to be Nageki no Ki, picked by A-Team. Unfortunately, I have no clue which.
A-Team, I think you mean Norway by that.
Alright, so Norway picking Nageki no Ki. Now I did take a look through these just yesterday evening, but as you know, cramming before a test, you know, the night before never really works. However, as far as I remember, this is a somewhat more speed-oriented pick. A bit
Sure
not
sounds like it.
not as based more on chord patterns, but not a lot of gimmicks. No, not a lot of SVs if I remember correctly. There might have been one or two, and SVs thus being a speed velocity change that thusly when your scroll speed changes suddenly in game without you having any form of control over it, and it didn't have a lot of long notes either, which I am not very surprised about considering it's Norway's pick. Ooh,
so from what you're saying, it sounds like this is largely a speed pick rather than anything tech.
I'm thinking speed and accuracy mainly here. I mean, it could have a bit of technical patterns that don't involve long notes or any scroll velocity changes. But if I remember correctly, it's mainly 1x4 patterns, nothing too scary. But it is a bit higher BPM than the rest of the map pool, I believe.
It seems like the players themselves are having as many issues as Mr. Vento and Mr. Nivrad. Stein, I don't know if you said stress BRB or if he's having actual issues.
Well, in either case, Norway switches out Stein for Masaya, and Canada has actually switched out. Well, I had the name in my head just a second ago. Excuse me, Canadian player whose name I just forgot. Switched out that player for Ven.
Wow, he just hurt his feelings. That's definitely going to affect his performance.
Darn. I'm really sorry about that. So we'll be going into the first map of this match, barring the warm-ups, of course. And as we can see here, Masaya is actually a hidden player, which is definitely certain players in Mania will opt to use a mod like Hidden or Flashlight to improve their reading, as they can read better with that mod than they do without.
Special breed.
There are, however, I'm certain, as far as I know, there is no player who opts to use Fade In as a way to improve their reading. But as we can see from the start here, Canada is holding a bit of a lead in accuracy, as well as combo from both Dot and Ven was better until I was about to mention that as Ven drops again, Masaya and Dot now the only two players holding full combo, bizarrely fast, dropping quite consistently on these stream patterns, having actually dropped his accuracy below the S mark, while Dot and Ven are still comfortably over a high 98. Dot even at 99.6% still.
Yeah, and it definitely seemed like a little bit of panic from Bizarrely, maybe not as good under the nerves as he would like to be. Seems to be missing a lot of quite straightforward stuff. Definitely dragging down his teammate quite severely.
However, his teammate also is keeping accuracy, is not keeping accuracy as well as the Canadian side is overall. So Canada is going to take the first point with a big margin of 230,000 points, or around that mark. And Dot actually with very, very impressive accuracy here, as we can see, only 100, 5 200s, and quite a good ratio thus between the normal 300 and the Rainbow 300s. Rainbow 300 gives quite a bit more points than a normal 300 thus, and while on V1 they both counted for 100%, now on V2 they do not, so a normal 300 will bring your accuracy down a little bit from 100%. Now that also means that to get the maximum score in Mania is 1 million points, and to get that you need to get all Rainbow 300s. And also to get a double S, you will need to get on V1 you will need to get only 300, so you have 100%. but on V2, a double S is only a 1 million point score.
Does seem like Bizarrely is taking a little break after that, understandably so. Pour himself a good glass of whiskey. Calm down a little bit.
Perhaps. But we are seeing Stayan is back in, and now they are going to be... And Canada is picking Loving Trip, which I believe, from when I was playing, is mainly an accuracy-based pick. Not very long.
Quite a banger tune.
Not very fast. Not quite complex. Not quite as complex as the last pick, which was very stream and speed-based. But we'll be seeing how these teams handle it. Maybe.
So does that mean that this is more tech, or would you say this is more consistency?
This is more consistency based.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, which I sure hope I do.
I know about Stein that he tends to not be as consistent, more of a speed player, 4-key main. Is the rest of the Norwegian team similar in a respect, or do they have quite some consistent players?
Well, I do know that Bizarrely Fast played in the 4-key tournament as well. However, I have not seen a lot from Masaya, although I'd assume with his hidden, if using hidden, he might... Certain hidden players don't generally have as consistent accuracy as no-mod players, those who have nothing. Oh, actually, he's not using hidden here. Maybe to get a little bit more accuracy into his play here. So as we're starting, we can already see that there's a small margin.
Right? It's quite obvious which team is more comfortable with Yak, as expected. Definitely a solid pick for the Canadian team, it seems.
Yeah, if there's any map that's going to be full comboed by any team in this tournament, well, it's gonna be this one. So, I mean, there is a potential here for Norway to take this point in case something happens on the Canada side, a bigger miss, a rush, or some such event, although I don't believe that's going to be happening really, as well, neither team has bad accuracy, absolutely not, but Canada's team really has outstanding accuracy at this point.
If you look at it, they have, I'd say about 1/3. Oh, but both Stein and Van Bricken at the exact same time. Probably both kicking themselves because they don't know the other team actually has a player that did miss as well.
See, if only Ven had dropped there was a potential.
That was break
again. Break again. But if only Ven had dropped there would have been a small potential for the Norwegian team to take this, although I do believe that Canada's team still had the accuracy enough to offset that miss.
Yeah, Dot is absolutely killing it.
Dot up at the 990, around 993,700 points. Very, very impressive accuracy. They're only dropping 1/200, and with a very, very impressive 300 to Rainbow 300 ratio.
Yeah, once you miss in the middle of a song that is quite straightforward, you're just gonna assume the other team is, doing much better. It's definitely a mental thing that happens.
That is the way it is with tournaments and what they do to a person.
Tournaments, why do we play? Why do we do them?
Why?
Masochistic nature.
Definitely. Well, now we'll be seeing Norway's second pick.
Camellia Thingy.
Camellia Thingy.
I like the phrasing.
That's that Proluius?
That is the wording of a prepared man.
Hello everyone, sorry for that delay, but we are back. And it looks like in the meanwhile, Canada has won 2 points off of Norway.
That is very true.
Now, I'm not going to say that this is a surprising development, as Canada is a lot higher on the seeding.
Yes. So, now Norway will now be...
But it is Norway's pick now, so we'll see if they can use a strategic pick to come back.
Zarly is back from his glass of scotch. Hopefully he feels a little bit better. I'm gonna be taking my leave with Bento and Nifrad back in the driver's seat.
Alrighty. So... well, I can hopefully welcome back Nibra now. And we'll be seeing Norway's second pick, which will be that name, which is a more speed and tech-based map, I'd say. Although I'm sure Nivrad could explain it better than I can when it comes to the map pool.
Nivrad's failing health has once more taken away his breath. There will be a point at which everything goes smoothly.
Well, we can only hope for now. But I can give a small update for the other matches. Argentina versus Switzerland is currently 2 versus 2 points to 2, which is very, very interesting.
Very fast, even opting for hidden.
Oh yeah. And Sweden versus Chile. Chile is up 3-0 to Sweden.
Beautiful spam.
Alright. Now, as we can see, it starts off with some long notes, and it seems like Bizarrely Fast is struggling to get the releases properly here with the hidden potentially not helping him currently. Although, this map is quite a bit more technical than the last picks have been. Ooh, and as we can see already, this slow jam catching Stayin off guard, who usually reads it with a very, very high scroll speed. Not really comfortable with it suddenly slowing down.
Definitely struggling. On the other end, though, Dot still holding on like a champ. Answer having a little bit of trouble. What do you think Bizarrely's reasoning was to go with hidden on this?
Potentially the increased density. As we can see, so these streams are quite dense in general. So he might have gone for a more, you know, as long as I hit these notes rather than hit the notes more accurately.
Gotcha.
Approach.
This accuracy difference is insane, though. Dot is absolutely killing it. Definitely the MVP so far. Welcome back, Nivrat.
Hello, I'm glad to
they
be
got
back,
your heart
finally.
back to work.
Finally, we have Nivrat back, and hopefully Happystick can get some rest from, well...
from talking for 10 minutes. That's my quota
you know.
for the day.
Yeah,
God, oh my god.
Thank you for your work, Happy Stick.
An experienced streamer only talking for 2 minutes and then getting tired. I'm joking, of course. But as we can see here, Canada taking their third point with another huge margin of 300,000 points. Dot getting the full combo with only 2 200s. Again, a very impressive 300 to Rainbow 300 ratio. Which
yeah, that's really impressive with the 990,000 score.
Mm.
But I mean, that's what you expect when you see the pros playing on these group stage matches.
Mm-hmm. Now, a bit more now. Norway. No, that was actually Norway's second pick. So now it's time for Canada's second pick. Also, Chile just won against Sweden with 4 points to 0. And Argentina versus Switzerland is currently 3 points to 2 in Argentina's favor, and in Argentina's pick as well.
That's exciting. If Switzerland gets a what do you call it when you win a pick that the other team made?
A break point?
A break point? That's what I thought. If they have a break point, then we could be going towards the tiebreaker.
But we will be watching this this match currently, which is, well, still Norway versus Canada. Hasn't changed since the last 5 minutes. Canada is now on to their second pick, which is going to be Anemone TV Mix. Now, this is an accuracy and long note based pick, if I remember correctly from my.
That is right. Yeah, I believe it is right. It is the. I would hesitate to say the hardest map of the pool, but it is one of the hardest, and it tests a lot of. You mentioned the LNs, right? It's got the sort of patterns where you have one long note being held down, but then with the other hand, you gotta do streams, right? Dense streams. Not to mention their speed velocity changes in this map. It's just, it's all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I actually almost forgot about those. But we're seeing names of rubbish being switched in instead of bizarrely fast here.
Well, let's see if that'll help them out.
This map is actually the highest, or the most difficult map rated in star rating in the pool. Although I wouldn't, although that is more because it is relatively dense. The BPM isn't very high, but it is filled with chords and long notes, so the star rating is relatively high comparatively to the rest of the pool still. Now, if we see a... this is actually match point for Canada. If they manage to take this point as well, they will be winning this match. However, if Norway pulls out a surprise, they could actually take the point here.
Well, as we're getting started, we'll have to see. We have Hidden coming out again from Messiah. And I know it's a little too early to call it, but it looks like Ansheimer had some very early drops, taking him down to lower accuracy than Messiah, actually. Ooh, but it looks like he had some problems with that, I don't know what you call those zigzag patterns, right? On the violins, that was pretty cool.
Now, as Messiah and Names Are Rubbish are both actually holding quite similar accuracy there here, and but as it has been these last 3 matches, Dot is holding absolutely the best accuracy here. Ooh,
yeah, it looks like
getting a 100 in that SV right there, and dropping a bit of accuracy in these streams, although it seems like Names Are Rubbish is also struggling a bit. Ooh, actually getting a drop there as well.
It looks to me like he didn't practice that part enough.
That would be the commentator's curse, otherwise.
I mean, that's just what happens.
That is what happens.
It does look like Dot's lead is no one's challenging it, and as we reach the end of the map, that is Canada's point.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Canada has just won the group stage match against Norway.
You are definitely correct about that. Canada winning this match 4-0, and Switzerland, or let's see here, Switzerland just won the pick against Argentina, meaning that it is 3 points to 3 in that match, which means we'll be going to tiebreaker on Argentina versus Switzerland.
Wow, Vento, is this the first tiebreaker we've seen?
I'm not sure, but I would assume so, considering it's only day 1. Yeah,
it's exciting. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go over to watch. Yeah, we're gonna hop over to watch this match now. Them playing the tiebreaker. So the tiebreaker is, of course, Flame Dark by Minseo. This is, as all tiebreakers, it's the longest map. Well, okay, that's not necessarily true, but it's usually the longest map. In this case, it is 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Really test your stamina, and
yeah.
I mean, what else is there to say? It's very hard. It tests all sorts of skills, and Looks like it's gonna be an exciting round.
Yeah, oh, and apparently whoever wins this map qualifies for bracket stage for round of 16. Or
Man.
is it 16? Yeah, I believe it's 16.
We do have a round of 16 this time? That's exciting, yeah.
Well, considering the groups there are 3 people in each group, so yeah, it should be 16 still.
Yeah. So just to be clear,
Oh.
whoever loses this match gets knocked out of the tournament. Whoever loses the song, actually.
Mm-hmm. So this is really, really tense for both teams here. Now, obviously, these teams are both very strong, although I believe Switzerland only has these 2 players, or I can't remember if they were a 2-person or a 3-person team, although they are obviously both of their players are very comfortable with, yeah.
It looks like Switzerland does have 2 players, only 2 players, a Cairo and Gamer97.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they had enough skill to get them into the mid-seed, putting them over Argentina. I mean, Argentina, the underdog, looks like they're having a comeback, though. And we're getting started with a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Starting off very slow with some slow jam. Now, generally slow jam, which means obviously when the notes go very slowly.
Hence the name.
Hence the name, slow jam. Is quite uncomfortable to read, although as there are so few notes here, I doubt there's going to be a big accuracy drop in it. Although we are getting into the long notes.
Yeah, it
now.
looks like we already have a miss coming from Gamer97, even though it's in the easy part. He's not going to want to keep up that sort of performance.
Yeah. Although that's not going to be such a big drop, and now we are going to go into the teleport-ish SVs. That can definitely trip up your accuracy if you haven't practiced properly, but it actually does seem like these teams have been practicing, although Cairo is seeing not quite the type of accuracy that he would presumably be looking for, although he is climbing. Lucas, however, is holding very, very good accuracy, and so is Somnium. So
Lucas is definitely... Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to kind of say Lucas is definitely the player to watch out for with his very good accuracy on pulling ahead of all the rest of the players in the game.
So the early lead is going to Argentina, although as you can see, both Lucas and Cairo, the only people still holding a full combo, Somnium having dropped the most recently. A bit of an accuracy drop from Gamer97. So going to the more dense areas with streams, long notes everywhere.
Yeah, here we go, it just dropped. This is where if there's going to be an upset and Switzerland coming back, it's going to be during this section.
It seems like Cairo and Lucas actually dropped on the same note. Or very, very close to each other. Now, Cairo getting another drop, giving Argentina a bit more of a lead. Oh, a Somnium actually dropping now too, which means that presumably Switzerland will be taking back a little bit of points, although Lucas is holding a very high combo still. The highest out of all the players.
Yeah, it looks like drops are coming out on both teams back and forth, like Cairo just now, or is it a Cairo? In either case,
not sure.
Argentina is maintaining their 10,000 point lead about. It's not insurmountable for Switzerland, but as we near the halfway point, yeah, they only have half the map left to make it up.
Yeah, it's definitely possible for them to bring it back, but looking at Lucas, not having dropped in 800 notes, is holding on very strongly with high accuracy as well. I believe the highest out of all the players. Somnium, on the other hand, is holding the lowest accuracy out of all the players.
An interesting sort of combo there.
Yeah, Gamer97 and Cairo, both somewhere down the middle. Now it's very, very tense here. It's absolutely now Argentina has quite a large lead now, about 20,000 or so points. Although it is possible for Switzerland to take it back if they manage to hold on in the second half now, or in about the last third or quarter or so.
This is Switzerland's last chance to stay in the tournament for 2018.
Yeah. Now, what they really want to be hoping for is Lucas to be dropping, or even Somnium now has gone. Oh, and as I mentioned that, Somnium drops right before the song picks back up, so Switzerland is going to be getting a bit of a lead back now.
Usually I don't put much stock into the commentator's curse, as it were, but I gotta say that one was...
Ooh, a big drop coming out from Akero now. Ooh, but Somnium and Gamer97 as well. Lucas still holding on, though.
There's his combo. Lucas' combo just dropped.
Akero, though, getting a drop as well. Now Gamer97 drops actually everywhere, although it seems like Argentina is generally holding on a bit stronger.
Unfortunately, the lead does seem to be only growing.
Yeah. Ooh, and a drop from Gamer97 as the song slows back down. I'm not sure if there's really any room left now. There's a bit, but I believe we've gone over the hardest parts already. And
yeah, I mean, I think it's settled at this point, unless we have like a disconnect or some sort of crazy, what do you call it? A crazy, whatever.
An unfortunate event?
Yeah, something like that.
It's probably best not to play with those words too much, you know.
Oh, you're right.
The curse and all.
I have to be careful.
Now, as we can see here, Gamer97 and Akero are both at very, very similar scores. Somnium a bit behind, but Lucas really ahead of the pack here. And with that, actually, Argentina is going to be going into bracket stage, winning against Switzerland 4-3.
Congratulations! Wow.
A very, very impressive performance from both teams. However, unfortunately, Switzerland will be having to leave us now. But we might be seeing them either later this year in the 4-key tournament, or next year again. However, Argentina will be moving on into round of 16.
It was an interesting situation here with Lucas's high accuracy, but overall Argentina being a weaker team. The deal with Switzerland was that, like, if they had faced Argentina at a higher round, like round of 16, quarterfinals, they would have had the edge on it, because accuracy is not as important when you have so many notes going down.
Yeah.
But Lucas was just so strong on these group stage matches that pulled Argentina through.
Yeah.
In the upset victory.
All right, well, the next match will be in 20 minutes. Now, what match that is unknown to an unprepared commentator. However, I'm sure someone out there knows better than me.
Looks like the next matches will be Russia versus the United States and Norway versus Brazil.
All right, now Russia versus the United States being a match ripe with inappropriate jokes that I will not be making. And Norway versus Brazil. Norway just having suffered a loss against Canada, and then being moved on to an even harder team. Unfortunately, they did not get the lucky end of the stick here with the teams they face.
Yeah, interesting. Next block we'll have two top seed teams playing against their respective low seed, I believe. So each group is, of course, 3 teams: a top seed, a mid seed, and a low seed. But we have US and Brazil, very strong teams, 7th and 6th respectively, playing against, I guess we call them underdog teams, Russia and Norway.
Yeah, I suppose that is what you could call them also. So, we have the results actually for Group G, which China and Argentina will be the teams moving on into round of 16. We also saw Sweden versus Chile, in which Chile won 4-0, and let's see, Norway versus Canada, in which Canada won 4-0 against Norway.
So has Brazil and Canada played yet?
Well, I'm not certain. I believe that's tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like actually that's going to be in an hour after their match against Norway.
Oh, well, there you go.
So looks like we're going to be wrapping up that group
Quite quickly.
today, yeah. So since Canada already has a win, if Canada can also beat Brazil, they have a spot set for them. But Brazil has yet to play, so no idea how well their performance is going to be.
Well, I can make assumptions, but I suppose I should refrain from that. You never know what's going to happen, really.
You never know.
However, I do want to say that Canada and Brazil are both looking very strong. So
now we'll be switching to we'll be watching Russia versus US today, and we should be switching over real soon. Now USA has always been a strong Western contender, let's say, in a game mode that's mostly dominated by Asian countries. US has placed in the past top 6, top 8, and this year they've come back again as a top seed, trying to edge out one of those top 3 spots.
Well, if there's any Western country that's gonna be able to, that's historically going to be able to face. Really, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, as far as Western countries go, and I'm sorry if I'm harping about these, but I'm really excited for this, is Brazil, of course, is playing now, and unlike the United States, that's always been kind of very prominent, Brazil has been growing over the years, I think. They've placed higher and higher each round, each year. Last year, they were seeded top seed, but they did not make it out of group stage. There was an upset, and Brazil was kicked out very early in the tournament, so this is their chance at coming back.
Well, there you go. So, for their sake, they're definitely hoping to not suffer the same type of loss as last year, although I do believe they have stronger chances now.
Oh, and a fun fact, we've seen all the maps played at least once.
Well,
I think, yeah.
That's, I mean, it was going to happen eventually, I think, but it was quite early. I mean, it tends to be one of those maps that everyone always avoids. But some teams do go out of their way to really train that map, and that map is then not banned, they can really like perform well on it, get a relatively safe point. But when it does get banned, it gets banned, or it just does not get picked, and everyone avoids it because it's scary.
Yeah, usually that map is the token SV pick, I could say. Sometimes there's 2 SV picks. By SV pick, we mean maps with lots of speed velocity changes for, interesting visual effects, but are difficult to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'd say the SV pick for this round is, we've only really have one, and it's Akusen Kaigi by level 50, well, mapped by level 51, and yeah, it's the one that's filled with a bunch of jumps and a bunch of, well, when I say jumps, I can't really say that because in standard it means one thing, in catch to beat it means another thing, in 4K it means another thing. But right now what I mean is the nodes jumping down the screen, and so on like that.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I tried it out myself because, while I hadn't seen the map pool showcase, I took a look at them last night and thought, well, one of these has to be the SV pick. So I was thinking it was going to be one of the more electronic musics. What? Well, anyways, I was very surprised when it was a acoustic, rock-ish.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice.
Not a typical type of song that I would expect to accompany a SV map.
Yeah, level 51, like personally I associate level 51 with acoustic type maps because of, oh, what was that one set that they ranked? Some sort of piano map?
Was it?
Double Helix.
Oh, okay.
That's it, yeah. That one made a big splash when it was first released. Very good mapper.
I'm a big fan of Double Helix myself.
Looks like we're still trying to get people into... Oh, we still have time left. We still have some time
we
there.
have about 10 minutes until the match starts, so... Currently, the players are hopefully warming up and getting ready for this match.
Yep. I mean, we like having a warm-up at the beginning of the match is kind of a courtesy. Sometimes it's a way to like banter between the teams, maybe choose a meme warm-up. But if you're a 7K player who's good enough to be in the World Cup, you need more than two songs to warm up fully.
Yeah, absolutely. The warm-up, really, I mean, you can use it to get some extra warm-up in, and I mean, often that is the case. People will choose faster, more stamina-based based maps to really get their fingers going, but it's often also used to get in some funny jokes as well, which is the true tournament.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's since we have set map pools for every round, we know before the game begins which maps we're gonna see, but at least we have some variety in the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Now, I'm only a 7K player myself. I've never, like, seriously played any other game mode. So I can't really talk on the warm-up process for that. But for 7K, the issue is cold fingers. That's the issue. It's just, like, when you haven't played, your fingers just won't respond to what you're trying to tell them to do. I believe, like, I've talked to OSU players though, and they tell me you also have to warm up a lot for OSU. Standard, right? And I figure that's more of like a mental thing. Do you know? Do you play Standard?
No, I actually stopped playing Standard in a very rage quit fashion a year ago about now.
That's relatable.
And but I suppose for that you want, if you play with a stylus tablet, you want your hand to be able to move properly. You want your two fingers to be warmed up as if you were doing drills in a mania type game mode. But I mean,
yeah, when you put it like that.
Yeah, I feel like for everything for every type of game mode, for every rhythm game, there's a type of you really have to get your mind in as well. I mean, obviously in cold hands is awful, but really getting focused and like getting in the zone is really important as well. Setting some time, like taking some time out of your day to actually play properly and having a session, as it's commonly referred to.
Yeah, there's an interesting mental component, I think, that you're kind of talking about this, that when you play 7K, and I mean, the relevant part here is that they're on stream, right? They're playing for the World Cup, they're representing their country, so that does a number on your nerves, right? And some people, it makes them play better. When I played in the Mania World Cup 2016, I think, sometimes I would just practice map over and over, have 20 plays on it, and have a decent score. I'd say, all right, let's go in and play. It might be a different tournament, actually. But then I'd go in, and I'd set a personal best on stream, just because of the nerves, you know?
That's actually pretty much exactly the same experience I have with playing in tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, I think certain players, this type of nerve, I don't know if it's certain because it's playing in stream or playing in a tournament setting, but certain players will be playing better, actually, with these nerves. But a lot of players really hate the nerfs, really wish they like weren't being seen doing this as well, which for them makes it harder to play.
Yeah, it definitely goes both ways.
You gotta, if you really want to be a good tournament player, you have to have all the information about all of your opponents, which also means knowing if they're a good tournament player or not due to their nerves. Which
and
you
I
can...
think,
Okay, continue.
yeah, right. I was saying, I think this is part of the reason why upsets like this happen. Like Argentina versus Argentina's upset win, partly because people play differently when they're in a tournament setting. Yeah, I mean, as far as I was concerned, as far as I think us behind the scenes, I mean, we kind of Argentina was pretty low on our rankings, but you know, I mean, it shows what we know.
Things like this happen. I mean, I can talk from my own experience in Mania World Cup 2016 4Key, where playing for the Swedish team, we actually took down. We were unseeded and took down the high seed Germany, which I mean was very unexpected then. And well, there you go to see what nerves do for you. We are going to be looking at the room actually. Oh, and as we can see here, we seem to have the players in actually.
And if I'm not wrong, that's the warm-up pick that we already have.
Well,
do you want to pronounce this one?
Taekwon Booty?
Oh, that was pretty good. I think that was pretty good.
Well, I mean, if it's Korean, then it was probably very wrong. But
it does look somewhat Korean, and I feel like as a Korean American, I should know this, but
well, well, I mean, if it's Taekwondo, then that's one thing, which it is. I mean, I think that's like kind of the thing about the song and meme behind it or something like that. But I mean, it's a God. I mean,
the game is from DJ Max. That's a Korean game too, isn't it?
I have no idea actually.
Well, I'm gonna say it is. There we go. It's Korean. We figured it out.
Well, there you go.
So, playing for these teams, and of course we might have swaps coming out after warm-ups, we have Delaney and Mage playing for Russia.
Yes.
And Duero and Tegam playing for the United States.
Now, the only player I can say here that I know for sure is Mage on Russia's side, who is both a 7-key and a 4-key player. Well, I personally played against him in 4-key, so I can't really talk about his performance in 7-key, although I presume that his main asset would be accuracy here, although that is just a guess, and maybe I'm very, very incorrect, and the Russian team is currently laughing at me for being very, very incorrect. Well, you never know.
I mean, 4K players, their accuracy is pretty scary, in my opinion. As a humble 7K player.
I mean, I'm mainly a 4-key player myself, and getting accuracy on 7-key is not nearly as easy either way. Actually, we're already seeing a switch from Russia switching out. Wow, I am not good at remembering who's who for KiwiCat. So
KiwiCat is also a pretty strong player, I think. What we know about Russia is that their roster is flexible. Sometimes what happens to teams in the World Cup is that they'll only have 2 good players, or 1 good player. And I'm using this term very loosely. Obviously, everyone who's lined up for this World Cup is very good already. But there's 1 or 2 players who can compete at the highest level, and then they just play every map because they're the best picks. But not so much with Russia.
No, Russia, I've actually checked about a bit of information for previous World Cups and previous tournaments in general, they seem to be very even among each other, and well, for in their case, they will choose whoever's best for whatever song's being played.
Are you seeing this in the chat? Hi, sorry for bad English. Oh, looks like the warm-up starting.
Well, that seems to be the case.
Yeah, looks like we're starting off already with a bit denser pageants that we usually see. What I'm being told in the chat is that this is some sort of a meme map, but I've never seen it before, so...
Have you never seen this before?
No, this is totally new. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, it was ranked, I think in 2016 or so, maybe earlier even, and I mean, I've heard better songs.
Yeah, it looks like currently we're not getting to hear the song, but that'll be sorted out quickly.
Ah, no music, I presume. Well...
Now, one thing we can say, without even hearing the music, is that US and Russia are neck to neck right now. I'm seeing the score flash back and forth.
So am I.
Now, this isn't exactly indicative of how the match is going to go, given that this is a bit harder than what we usually see in group stages. But, you know, it's looking like it's going to be a good match already.
So... Wait, no. Okay, I am not going to be speculating about the lack of music.
It looks like we have some cursor dancing going on stream. Just the combination of the hit sounds playing by themselves and the mouse dancing around on... It's an interesting experience. This deserves to be in some sort of modern art museum. Well, there we go. We have our first warm-up over, and it's been won by Russia. Of course, that doesn't mean anything necessarily, but...
it is just warm-ups, although... I mean, I was quite... I know this, the 4-key version at least has quite a bit of long notes and quite a bit of SVs. It's not the easiest in terms of technicality, but it isn't super hard either.
I'd like to point out Kiwi Cat with the highest accuracy of the room. That's a player we're gonna have to watch out for. But solid performances all around from both the US and Russia.
Yeah. Now we'll be going into the second warm-up, which is apparently Evil Servant, Everlasting Megumin. Which well, I don't know what it is, but I know what to expect.
Interesting song. Good thing we can hear it now. Now this is United States pick, so maybe they'll take the lead on this one. I'm sure. Like, one thing that some teams like to do with their warm-ups is to choose something that favors their own team. You know, as maybe kind of like intimidation or putting their good first impression forward.
Yeah. I mean, you have a bit of choice here. Like, what do you want to do for a warm-up? You could go for a meme, you know, just be funny. You could go for something very, like, one-sided in terms of a certain skill set. Like, you could go for something that's very LN heavy to show how good you are with long notes, or ST to show how good you are with slider velocity changes and such. Excuse me, slider velocity, scroll speed change velocity, or speed velocity. It's being put forward.
Now that the map starts, it looks like, wow, we're having some very dense stairs coming out. You saw that, right?
My
That wasn't just me?
God, I just realized what this is.
Yeah,
Oh,
lots
boy.
of stairs, lots of stairs. Whoa, look at those measure lines. And oh, those seven long note chords. Oh,
Unrankable.
yeah, viewers, just so you know, you're not supposed to do that, but we mappers, yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Screw the players, screw their keyboards. If they're not playing on the utmost optimal keyboard, then what are they doing?
Yeah, the reason we have this rule is that 7K presses aren't allowed in ranked maps is because most USB keyboards. Holy shit! Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at those patterns. But yeah, they're not allowed because most keyboards can't press 7 keys at once.
But I mean, I think this looks perfectly fine, and I would love to see this in the ranked category in the future.
Maybe loved. I'm not so sure about ranked.
Well, rules are made to be broken.
I usually am a proponent of breaking the ranked meta, but this one's just a little too meme for me.
I hope we can come to a compromise later down the line, but for now we'll be seeing roles and bans, which will be deciding which team gets to pick and which team gets to ban first. Ooh, and we're seeing Stupid Man jumping in on United States side, basically being the #1 ranked US player, I believe, and also a very skilled 4-key and 7-key player. And
a mini World Cup commentator. So,
which is what I was just about to mention. And we also have Squishy coming in from United States side, another very well-rounded 7-key player.
Squishy has been around for a long time. He's been on the top of the leaderboard since I started playing. So, you know, earlier we were commentating on Russia taking the lead in the warm-ups, but maybe United States was just holding back, putting in their substitute players first. We'll have to watch the first pick and see what happens. And as we were talking, the roles came out. It looks like USA is going to be banning first, and that means Russia is going to pick first, right?
Yeah, Russia is going to be banning second and picking first, getting quite a big advantage in that sense. I mean, getting the second ban is always lovely, as if your opponents ban the same thing as you were as you were first going to ban, you could ban the second least wanted map that you wanted to play. I hope that sentence made any form of sense at all.
The gist. Alright, the bans are out. Actually, they have been out. And they are Anemone. And oh, what was the other one? I missed it.
Well, there you go.
Kikoi Masuka. Right. That one.
Yeah. I'm not very surprised. I'm somewhat surprised by Anemone being banned, I suppose. I mean, it does test quite a lot of different skill sets, but that does mean that Saksen Kaigi is still open. Now, Kikoi Masuka was generally the I think it's the longest non-tie and do your best and hope that it's enough. That's just it's very, very rice-based. We're going to the very opposite of what the last map was, which was very heavy in LN. I believe this is very heavy normal notes.
Yeah, it looks like more of a United States sort of pick. You know.
I mean, Stupid Man in particular. I know him mostly from his Lunatic Raid 2 performance, which is very, very high. He's a very well-known player in that regard, and being very comfortable with what would be called rice, or well, more maps based heavily on normal notes.
Right, rice versus noodles, right?
But everyone knows that noodles will win in the end. However,
looks like we're starting on the second map of the round. United States first pick.
Yep.
And United States coming out with the early lead.
Yep. Oh, and we have the thumb jacks here. 3-note jacks on the thumb. Not
that's
very
really
comfortable.
Cruel.
Although that's why it's cruel shout. Ooh,
oh,
there was a 5-note jack there on the thumb. Did you notice that? And as we can see, KiwiCat not really being comfortable with that pattern in particular, and Dalini as well having dropped a bit before. And we're only a quarter. We only have a quarter left of the map. You blink and it's over.
I actually did look away for a moment, and I totally missed that pattern you were talking about.
Well, it was a 5-note jack on thumb.
Yeah.
In either case, so we hardly even had any room to breathe there. The map is over, and United States takes their second point, and oh my lord, the accuracy. Look at the 300, the normal 300 to rainbow 300 ratio from Stupid Man, and only getting 2 200s. Now I know that number's very funny to a lot of a lot of us, but
I wasn't even gonna point it out.
We are gonna keep our cool here. All right.
Looks like we already have a pick from, correct me if I'm wrong, already have a pick from Russia. Sakusin, I'll let you say it.
Saksen Kaigi.
It's
criminal difficulty. Oh, I love that difficulty name. Yeah, it's so fun.
So this is that speed velocity pick that we were talking about earlier.
We'll be seeing a lot of I wouldn't call them teleports, but they are, well, as Nebred mentioned before, quite jumpy. Although, we really cannot say the word jump, can we? But we are going to be going right into it, and right away you'll be noticing that this map is not like the others.
And we're getting started.
First tricky section of the map is a slow jam with jacks on the thumb, which is my absolute favorite thing, as well as some trickily placed notes here as well. Oh, Mage getting an early drop in the slow jam section, and now we are going to be going into a few very, very tricky to get proper accuracy on long notes. Slow down, speed back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this was a very strategic pick by Russia. Like, look at the picks they've had so far. First pick, all long note map. Second pick, speed velocity map, right? They're trying to throw US off guard. They're trying to upset, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like it might not be working so well for them because they're the only ones who are missing.
Yeah. Stupid Man and Dewera holding on very, very well here on the USA side, and but Mage and KiwiCat are right above the S rank.
I've said this before, but looks like they could have practiced a little more on these speed velocity changes.
Picking if you're going to be picking an SV map to try to surprise your opponent, you really have to make sure that you've also trained it properly. You really do have to make sure that you're getting very, very good scores, because it's not worth being taken by surprise like this when you thought you were going to be the one with the upper hand.
To be fair, even if you know a map really well, the correlation between visuals and your fingers is so strong, I think, for rhythm game players, that it's just so hard to like stop yourself from playing what you see on the screen based on what you know is about to happen. And we're going to the part with a bunch of bumps. Let's call them bumps. At the very end of the map. Yeah.
We've just coined that term now, and it's going to be that's going to be stuck forever.
I think
they are bumps.
I think people have been saying bumps. I got the term from Akka, old SD mapper, but it's not very popular. No, we should call them bumps. It's a good term.
They're bumps.
Anyway, forget about bumps. It's the map is over, and United States has just come out with their 3rd point against Russia.
And I believe actually that the Wero got a full combo. Furu combo.
Furu combo.
Furu combo. Oh god, I can't. Maybe
that was pretty good. That was better than mine, I'm gonna say.
Well, in either case, I am not Japanese, so I should probably not be making accents. Now, United States are onto their match point. Going really quickly here.
Oh, and this is United States' pick, so not looking great for Russia.
And they are going to be going for a loving trip. Going for the accuracy-based pick. So I presume Squishy is going to be coming back in alongside Stupid Man. Oh, and he's on Russia's side. Now he's on United States side.
That happens sometimes. I mean, I gotta say Russia has put up a very strong showing based on, where they're coming from a position of disadvantage. And I'm sure they'll finish this round strong.
Yeah.
I wonder how the other match is going on currently.
Yes, we can talk
Brazil
a little bit about that.
Versus Norway.
Versus Norway.
Looks like this is going the same way as the map we're currently watching, with Brazil winning 3-0 and Norway on the last pick. So match point in both matches at once. We'll see if our underdogs can get a point off, or if it's going to be another wipe.
Well, we're gonna be going right into the match point here. Considering it's accuracy based, I mean, really, I feel. I mean, these are both teams with skilled 7-key players, absolutely. And really, what remains to be seen is who can be more consistent here. Because, well, if everyone full combos, then, well, it's the team with better accuracy that's going to win, and it's looking like that's going to be the United States, but there is always room for something to happen. And I believe that this is really the type of situation where if one person wins, if one person misses, the other team is going to be winning. Because, I mean, with players like this, at this high of a level, they really just aren't going to be making a lot of mistakes on a map like this.
Yeah, the lead is very small. It could switch with a single drop. But it is still a lead in favor of US, and we're coming into the last part of the map, and doesn't show any sign of stopping.
Nope. Well, it really is just down to accuracy now, and well, the accuracy. Oh
Whoa!
goodness me! Squishy missing right at the end. Oh, that almost gave me
Jesus
a heart
Christ.
attack. But it isn't going to be nearly enough for the Russian Federation to bring it back. So
Just a drop for the road at the very end.
oh
Wow.
goodness me! Don't do that again, you. Oh goodness. Okay.
But there it is. United States wins their first match against Russian Federation.
Yeah, and
4-0.
4-0 for the United States. So, with that, the
Spooky miss, according to Juan.
this was the United States' first match, I believe, right? Or was it?
That's right. First match for both of them.
Okay, so we don't know the results yet, but with that, we are going to be
Believe we're going to be taking a break with just putting on some music for you to listen to until 15 minutes before the next match starts. So hope you enjoyed that match, but we'll be seeing you again soon and the match that's coming up is Brazil versus Canada.
all right. So we'll be seeing you then, and for now, I've been Venta,
I'm Nibrat00.
and we'll see you soon.
I am with you. The light in my bright eyes when you're near. The fluttering I feel in my chest when you are here. I can't explain this kind of love. It pulls me to you, I want it, I can't get enough. So share this precious life with me. Just take my hand and let's enjoy the things that we'll see.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Osumania 7K World Cup 2018. We're going to be watching the last match of tonight, Canada versus Brazil. I'm Nivrad00, and today with me is Stupid Man.
Hello. How are you doing, Nivrad?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Actually, I'm really excited for this match. I mean, these are two teams that I think I've definitely seen these two flags together before. Maybe not necessarily in the 7K World Cup, but I think 4K for sure. Some tournament like that. These are teams that have definitely historically played each other. So might see some revenge going on here. Not sure about that.
Yeah. The other interesting thing about this match is that this will actually conclude this group. Which group is it? Either way, it's the group with Brazil. Oh, Group B, Brazil, Canada, and Norway. Whoever wins this match moves on. Wait, no, that's not right. Both of these teams are going to move on.
Yeah, it's just decides first and second in the group, I think.
There you go. Will that change how they're placed in the double elimination rounds?
Yeah, I think because I've actually predicted this the bracket a bit here, and just picking off of Group B, I honestly expected Brazil to make it out pretty easily. I mean, personally, that's what I think is going to happen with this game too. But if Brazil manages to get to lose here and they actually do end up getting second, I think they end up playing, I believe, China. So I think that's already been decided. So that'd be pretty tough in round of 16, I think.
That's definitely not what they want when they start off their
double elimination.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, really, the loser of this game is. I mean, I think personally they're going to be in a world of hurt if they going in a round of 16 anyways. And I mean, chances are it's going to be very likely that if China actually really puts a lot of effort into the pool, which I mean, actually earlier I'm not really sure if they did, but at least with round of 16, if they do, I think whoever loses this game is really going to be working hard to get through the double elimination bracket. This is a pretty serious game coming up here.
I can't blame China for wanting to take it easy. Maybe they're busy, maybe they got other things going on, but they're gonna have to get their act together. That's right, if they want to steal first place from Korea again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, really, I think personally they're gonna maybe have a tougher time contending with Malaysia for third place. I mean, that's also gonna be a really big game to look out for if that actually happens, which I think is very likely.
Yeah, Malaysia is stronger than it's ever been, as far as I know.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think, given China, I mean, I'm not really sure how consistent they are, but really, I think both teams are going to have to work really hard to place into that second or third spot. But definitely two teams to look out for this tournament.
But we're not concerned about Malaysia and China right now. Right now, we want to know about Brazil and Canada.
Yeah, so I'd say maybe we go through the rosters a bit, see which players are maybe the shining stars of the team. So I guess starting with Canada, we got Dot, and I think really, I mean, he's the player for Canada right now. He's got really strong accuracy. I mean, I think he's pretty well known for his accuracy, and he's got really strong 7-key skill too. So really, I think that can give Brazil a run for money this match. I don't know.
Right, and also on Canada, probably going to be playing with Dot is Ansheimer and Ven. Nisound is also on the team. As far as Canada is 11th seed, right? So they're a mid-seed team.
Yeah, right around actually middle of the middle, really.
But we've seen upsets already today, so.
Yeah, and I think really Canada, even with Dot as their super top player, I think really it's going to come down to that second player's performance. I think it's going to be between Ansheimer and Ven.
Ven is coming from another game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coming from 2DX. So, I mean, I think timing would be all right, considering if he got used to the client already, but that I can't completely guarantee. And especially a lot of charts this pool that are heavily stair focused. I think Nageki no Ki is definitely a good example of that. It's going to be really tough for a player coming from 2DX to really handle that because there's such a different play style that you have to use for 7-key. And it's going to make hitting stairs really hard to time, really hard to hit, and probably hitting them faster or slower. I, for one, definitely have a lot of trouble with that, and I use sort of a much different play style than a lot of other people do.
Yeah. On the other
as
hand,
for-
we have Brazil. Yeah.
I was just gonna say about Ansimer too. I think his accuracy is also fairly good, but I've heard that he's maybe having a bit of trouble this map pool, or maybe not this map pool, but with the rest of this tournament. So we'll see how Canada goes from here on out. But I think they still have a pretty strong roster for this game.
On the other side of the room, we have Brazil with Lazarento, Kewift, Urso Manso, and Lothus. They just got out of a match where they wiped Norway 4-0, so that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, really, Brazil, I would say that they have like a really strong roster across the board. And even there's a couple players that have really like caught my attention with just this tournament alone, like in their performance. I think Urso Manso being one of them.
Urso Manso.
He's been playing really good.
I've heard his name being tossed around.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's actually like really surprising. I honestly did not expect that out of Brazil. So really, I mean, I think he's someone to look for in this game as well. But I don't think that's to discredit any of the other players too. I think Lazarento and Coeft are like really, really strong players in their own right as well. And I think later on in the tournament, you'll see those two really, really going strong in the LN picks for a lot of pools.
Yeah, Brazil just strong all around.
Yeah, so I mean, really, this is going to be, I think, a tight match here. I'm sure neither team's going to get away with the sweep, and that's almost guaranteed. So we've got about 8 minutes till our game starts here. We've already got Dot in the lobby, actually, so players are being moved in just as we speak. We should be getting into warm-ups fairly soon here, so I guess sit tight. I don't really have much else to say. I guess we can respond to a couple questions in the chat if you like.
Yeah, sure. If you got anything to ask the commentators, go ahead.
Yeah, and also
If
I
not-
think the commentators' command's actually a bit off right now. It's Stupid Man and Nivrad, if anyone's curious.
I'm Nivrad.
And I'm Stupid Man.
So you just got back from a match yourself, right?
Yeah. That was actually like really nervous, and I mean, like, I feel like maybe the scores, or at least like the end score, really like wasn't apparent of that, but yeah, I think Russia was actually like fairly well prepared that match, and really like last year Russia also played the USA in group stage, so
I remember that.
Yeah, and they did end up taking 2 points off of us, so we were kind of like hoping for a lot of revenge here, so we really prepped for that game.
Yeah, and you did well.
Yeah, and actually, I think Russia did pretty well too. I mean, they had strong picks. I think they actually picked really smart, like given the information they had. Like, that first pick on Iahoy is like really, really strong. I think.
I saw you just nope out immediately as soon as. You saw that.
No, that's not my chart, and that's kind of the thing. Like they were able to pick that out, and that's pretty good of them. Actually, I think the next block, I think, is a game from that same group, which is USA and Japan. I think that's that's quite a while from now. But then the game directly after that's also Japan versus Russia to close that group out. So pretty soon here we'll have some results coming in from that group as well.
Yeah, that's in about 7 hours. So tune in tomorrow or later today if that's what time zone you're in.
Yep. Actually, someone in chat recognizes you from FTV. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, wow. I don't... Huh. Feel the
Don't really hear
Beats,
that game
it's
being tossed around anymore.
Yeah, Feel the Beats, very old rhythm game. It's dead now.
Rest in peace. Light a candle.
Yeah, rest in peace. Press F to pay respects. Press FTV.
Press FTV. But yeah, actually, that's actually another thing about this game mode. Like, this is kind of the one thing where I think in 4-key you do see a lot of players come from like Step Mania, but not really much beyond that. I think 7-key there's a whole load of games that so many people come from. Like there's 2DX, LR2/BMS, or even Field of Beats. Like there's just so many options that people.
A few of us
from.
left.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I still talk to a lot of the old Field of Beats guys. I mean,
yeah,
it's still like there's not people coming in currently, but like the people that did come from Field of Beats are like, they're actually a really like, I think, an integral part of this community for 7-key.
Pope Gadget, I think, is the one Field of Beats player who made it big, if I can say that.
Probably, yeah. I mean, he's actually like made a huge name for himself, even with 4-key now, actually.
Yeah, he's just all around. He's also a mapper, right? He's a fantastic mapper.
Really good mapper, really good player, 7-key and 4-key. Like, he's just all around, like, he's probably one of the big guys in this community. Yeah, shout out to Pope.
Shout out to Pope.
Anyways, 4 minutes till we get into our game here. So yeah, I mean, we really, I'm not entirely sure what to expect. I'd maybe say 4-2 Brazil. Just throw out an estimate.
Okay, yeah.
I still think Brazil would like win this, but I don't think it's gonna be 2-2, like one-sided.
Right, I feel that.
You got any predictions for this game, or?
I mean, honestly, I feel like you hit it on the head. Yeah, like 4-2 seems about right. Maybe 4-1. If we're lucky, we could get a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'd be. It's a maybe, but it'd be pretty doubtful. I think Brazil would. It has to get pretty unlucky with the picks and bans, I think. And I guess another thing to look out for. I'm not really sure how either of these teams are on SVs. I think one thing is that, in particular, the SV map has been banned across every single game except 2, I think.
Yeah, and it was played in 2 matches, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was played in 2 matches. It wasn't
There you
banned.
go.
And it was only streamed once. So I mean, it's going to be a pretty rare pick, and I'm not entirely sure if we're going to see it in this game or not. But if we do, then that could really turn the table on this entire match.
It all depends on how much effort each team has put into that map, because with speed velocity changes, you just wait. Actually, is it scroll velocity or?
I'm not really sure. I
feel like we
think,
never cleared this up.
Yeah, I think in the editor, it's slider velocity, but
we don't call it slider velocity.
Yeah, exactly. Here. So considering it's mania, man.
Well, those things.
I'm
it's all about how much time you spend on it.
Yeah, absolutely. It all comes down to preparation. So really, I mean, whoever is more prepared, I think in the end is definitely going to take this game.
According to our friend Squishy. Oh yeah. According to our friend Squishy, it is slider velocity.
Yeah. I don't know. Juan's on the fence about that one. So.
This is what we just call them SVs.
Yeah, this is why I call them just SVs. Man. Well, all that being said, I still really expect it to be banned. Honestly, by any of the teams, though. I think whoever gets that first ban is kind of unlucky in a sense, because they have to kind of make a big decision. If you ban that SV chart, and then you have a lot of other options, at least, if that chart's already banned and you want to get rid of it already.
Oh man, apparently Canada's dealing with some a snowstorm?
Oh, well, rest in peace, Ontario. Oh man, that's actually that's pretty funny. I think they should be okay though, as long as it doesn't contribute to any internet issues. Which,
yeah,
I mean, thinking back on it, whenever someone DCs or something like that happens, especially in a 2v2 setting like this, the game is over. Period.
That's right.
There is no coming back.
The rule said for disconnect, I believe, is if you disconnect early in the match, you get a chance to restart, you get your player back in, you start from the beginning. But after a certain point, I think maybe it's 30 seconds, I don't know. If you disconnect,
they cut you out, you're done.
Yeah.
And I mean, that point basically immediately goes to the other team. So we're getting into our first warm-up here. I have zero idea of what this is, but considering the background, I'm 99% sure this came out of Canada. Oh, and actually, I think this is a good thing to point out. Ven is, well, struggling, to say the least, on the LNs. And
yeah, wow.
If anything, that's probably just a caricature of coming from 2DX. I mean, that game is almost stripped clean of any LNs.
You know what? Yeah, that was 100% a 2DX player play right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh,
I mean,
poor guy.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm on the fence about where this warm-up came from, considering that it's doing Well, he's giving this kind of performance. Okay, yeah, this is Brazil's warm-up. All right, cool. Well, got that out of the way.
Power move by them, picking a long note warm-up against the 2D player.
Really to kind of shove it in Canada's face. Oh man, just everyone here holding a 97 above except for Ven here. So light a candle, rest in peace.
The Dot is pulling ahead with the accuracy though, if I'm... Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got a pretty hefty... Well, actually, in terms of score, he's only a couple hundred points ahead of... Ooh. Okay, are we seeing a disconnect here already? That's...
It could be just client issues.
I really hope so.
Or it could be this. It could be the snowstorm.
It could be the snowstorm. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's not good.
Sounds like Dot crashed. So,
yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that's an oof. Oh man. Well, so actually both players on Brazil currently are holding just above 96%. Ursul also, oh wow, okay, barely held the 96 in the very end, 96.02. Ven with a solid 82.54, which, I mean, considering this difficulty of chart, this really shouldn't affect the group stage map pool.
I have to imagine that.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I have to imagine for the long note map, they're probably gonna swap Ven out, right?
Oh, for sure, absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind they're gonna swap him out.
It's not a great big deal unless Dot continues to have issues, and then I guess Ven's just gonna have to play.
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm not sure about Canada's fork, so this is gonna be a pretty tricky situation for Canada if they can't get this sorted out. But considering it was a crash and not an internet issue, I think Canada should be fine from now on. So I wouldn't be too worried about where or what's going to happen to them. So we're going to wait for, I'm assuming, Dot to reconnect. I'm not sure if Ansimer is going to be subbing in real quick for now, but seems like he's already got those back up and running.
Sounds good. Sounds promising.
So, not really sure what the next warm-up is. Okay, Dot's back in the lobby, so we should...
You see Ven in the chat? I did so well on those LNs, the game crashed, fam.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
Alright, so next warm-up should be getting switched into pretty soon here. Oh, nice, there is no warm-up yet. Well then, shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm sure they'll just link some random map and we should be able to get on with it. Oh, looks like Brazil's swapping out a player. Oh cool, we're playing Reminiscing. I actually really like this chart. This is, I believe it's ranked, unless it's something different. It's by Reba, I believe, but fairly straightforward chart. It's around 5 stars. Actually, I think this could be a good like detector of who's good at maybe not accuracy, but like stairs, because there's a lot of sweeps in the very beginning of this chart. That's, you know, it could really determine, I think, scores on songs like Nigeki, etc. I'm trying to think of other songs with stairs in it. Pro Louis is definitely one of them. So really, I'm thinking based off of Ben's past experience with 2DX and maybe what I'm guessing is inability to hit stairs, because that's definitely a pattern I think a lot of people in that game have like a bit of trouble with, but who knows, maybe he's gotten out of that, I guess, phase, if you will. So, you know, we'll see coming in right here, but we should be starting fairly soon. So yeah, I mean, I personally speaking, I think Brazil should have like no problem with this at all. I'm personally keeping my eyes on Ben here, because this could really like determine, you know, potentially what Brazil picks into it first. And I mean, I'd definitely look out for this song right here. I mean, if I were on Brazil.
I think Ven is somewhat of like a wild card, I think, in this match, because having not a lot of history with Mania, we don't really know how they're going to perform.
Yeah, I mean, he already CB in the beginning, but it doesn't seem like too much of an issue. I mean, he's still timing fairly well, and yeah, I mean, okay, so he hit the sweeps pretty much fine. There aren't really like extended stair patterns here like there are in Nageki in the map, for example, but I mean, you know, who knows? Maybe maybe he'll pull back here. Oh, and then there's kind of the 200 rush there. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is kind of expected. And actually, I think Dot's holding an FC. I think Dot's the only one holding an FC or full FC right now, right? Or,
yeah, and with a pretty remarkable accuracy as well.
Sorry, I just realized I said full FC. Anyways,
well,
but yeah,
I mean, sometimes it's just so full.
Yeah, so full. It's a full combo. You know, really got to get it in there. But yeah, I mean, right now Brazil. I mean, they both got 98s. Not really. I mean, I feel like even like a 98 on this kind of chart, where I mean, I feel like this is something you maybe see in quarterfinals. Could be wrong there. I mean, depending on how much.
16.
16? Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know.
It depends on like how the map pool selectors really decide to pick out this pool in this tournament. But I mean, I think in regards to past ones, this is probably around quarterfinals. But yeah, no, I mean, like right now, Dot's holding a remarkable accuracy, and I mean, despite all of these, this really high score set, I don't think this. I think the part that this chart dictates about the group stage map pool is like how good players are at hitting specific patterns. So like I think Ven, for example, maybe not the strongest on stairs, or really the two guys on the right, Left and Lazarento. I mean, I think that was just issues with maybe like keeping combo because maybe they're so used to the group stage map pool. So I still wouldn't really be able to tell much about their two scores right now.
To be fair, 2DX doesn't have a lot of stairs.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
Yeah, it's mostly, well, 2DX is an interesting patterning because it's made for the piano-like layout with 4 notes on the bottom and 3 notes on top, which means that stairs aren't quite as natural as they are on a keyboard. I don't know if Ven was a controller player or a keyboard player, but a controller, well, there you go. It's a very hard change to make.
The thing is, I'm not sure because he also plays keyboard, so
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I don't know. He would have to verify this for me, but as far as I'm concerned, I think he just plugged in his controller. He's playing with that right now. I think it's worth noting that he actually did hold a better ratio than Lazarento. So yeah, you know, that could easily change his whole game.
I mean, that's some BMS accuracy right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. Oh, all right. So after rolls, Canada's banning first. I'm expecting the SV chart. Yeah. Okay.
I would go for the long note map.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Canada has much of a choice. That's the thing. They can't risk Brazil having the SV chart prepared and then not banning it and then losing it like a guaranteed point. So it looks like Brazil actually does have it prepared. So I suppose that was actually a good ban coming out from Canada, even though, I mean, it really, if they did, I think, take the time to prepare the SV chart, they would have been at an advantage trying to ban an LN pick instead. So Brazil's ban is Harajuku Iahoi, which actually is kind of interesting. I feel like that's I mean, for our team, that was definitely the easier LN pick out of the two. Considering, like, if we assume the other one's, I forgot the name, Kakule something.
The other one, quite can't find it either. But yeah, I'm kind of puzzled by this ban too. I'm just guessing that some of their players just had problems with the specific patterns and the specific map, and sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I think maybe the releases could have caught them off guard because there's definitely some like odd sections like in the middle and the end where there's differing releases and timing it correctly could definitely be an issue, and that's totally understandable. So looks like Brazil's picking first. We'll see if they go with something, I guess, BMS related, because considering they banned LNs, I wouldn't be too surprised if they did that. I feel like if they went with something like Anemone, that would really throw Canada off. Oh, looks like they're going Loving Trip. So this is the most vanilla pick out of the pool. I mean, by far.
I guess starting it off slow.
Yeah, like strictly accuracy, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so Lazarento's getting swapped out, which is good because he actually did not hold a very good ratio on Reminiscing in the warm-up. So
yeah,
Loth is coming in for a swap. I think this is a reasonable pick. I mean, plus, I mean, he's got 4-key ability and he's a good 7-key player, and I think that kind of the accuracy from 4-key does kind of transfer over here. So this is actually going to be, I think, a pretty close round. here. I mean, considering it's such like an easy pick, and I mean, it really is strictly meant for accuracy. We can see like really close scores here.
I'm just really curious what their strategy is, because I mean, it looks like they are doing some strategy and maybe Portuguese there, but I kind of had Brazil down as a very strong on long notes. I don't know about you, but
yeah, I mean, I had them down as like strong on long notes, but specifically towards like the later pools, like when it gets really dense.
I have them down for dense, like density players, for long note players, but then they ban the long note pick and they go straight to an accuracy pick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I think maybe it's that their long note players are bad at accuracy, because I think it's worth noting here that they only have one of their like main long note players, at least out of the ones I picked. Oh, Ben already CBing right off the bat. I think twice there on the LN, so that's it's an early miss. And if one of the Brazilian players misses halfway through, then I think Canada can come back, considering it's for V2.
It's not a very long map, however.
Yeah, so if the break happens, it happens within the next 30 seconds, or it just doesn't happen. But I think Ven's bringing it back. Dot still low, holding a 99.92. Lopez is 99.91.
Yeah.
These are okay. Wow, these guys are just slowly climbing back up, but these accuracies are just insane.
Lopez definitely a good swap on Brazil's part with accuracy pick.
Absolutely.
He just surpassed. Oh, it's flickering, but he's right on there with Dot's level.
Yeah. Wow.
Meanwhile, more breaks coming out from Ven.
Yeah, I think that definitely. Oh, Lopez CD. Okay. Wow.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Is that enough though? I don't know. Probably not.
They still have at least 10,000 lead, maybe 20,000 lead. I don't see it coming back at this point.
It's not happening.
Well, Ven pulling it up to 99% for the ending though. So good for him.
Yeah, really. So every player probably finishing out with a 99. I don't want to curse anybody, so that seems to be pretty common. All right, so finishing off, we got two FCs, Dot and Coefs. Dot with a 99.91. This score, he is an accuracy player for sure. 997 on this, and I think, wow, Loth is having a almost better ratio, minus all the 200s and 100s and the CB, but really, like,
they're very close.
These scores are very good. Yeah. Wow. So still good pick from Brazil. Winning by 20,000. So not really sure what Canada's going to pick now. I mean, they've got some options, but they're definitely not picking LNs, and they're definitely not going to go with too much accuracy base. So, I mean,
it's weird. I
think
don't
they're
know
left
what
with
options are
Nageki.
left. Sure,
I think they're left with Nageki, and like that's it, really. I mean, can they? I'm trying to think what else they can do. I mean, Saxon's banned. Iho is banned. The other LN pick are definitely not going to do. They're not going to do Anemone. They're not going to do Sayonara Cruel World. So...
Oh, yeah.
They're...
When you're avoiding long notes, it's not a lot left.
Yeah, and I mean, they're... Oh, Heki. Okay, that's one. Okay, they're doing Nageki. Nageki makes sense.
You called it, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
so
call.
I mean, I think this... It's... Yeah, I don't know. Swapping in Urso Manso for Coeft here. So I mean, yeah, Brazil's got this down, I think.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure if Canada's gonna really do good on this. I think the ending's gonna be tough. Just because there's this weird like stair pattern that kind of gets coupled with this like 2-note chord, and it tends to get pretty hard to hit, or at the very least, it's very hard to time. Personally speaking, anyways, I'm not really sure how these guys are gonna do on it. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm guessing Brazil will take this too, and then that would leave Canada with probably just Heki Reki.
Yeah, well, they only need 2 picks to get to steal a point from Brazil. So
yeah, I mean,
let's see
think
how they do.
I think in terms of other teams, that would be definitely enough picks to take a point or something. But I mean, this situation, Canada is very, very limited. So this is kind of the pick they have to make happen, or just nothing happens at all. And that was, I think that was an early miss from Ben already.
Yeah. Jeez, he's not having a great day.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about Canada, and we've seen it over and over in Mania World Cups, is because they come from a country with not a lot of players. You have this one star player, you know, Dot. He's top 50 ranked in the world. Yeah. But then, like, the rest of the team are not quite at his level. So you have this thing where Dot is the best player in the match, but average top 2, and then they can't hold their own against Brazil. Although it does seem that Lotus is in the lead as far as accuracy goes, 99.95.
Yeah, this is actually insane. Wow, okay, I'm not used to seeing an accuracy like this on this chart, but to be fair, I think it might have to do with the playstyle. Like, a lot of players traditionally use, SDS space JKL, or at least that's the default setup.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, like, completely different from a game like 2DX where you're given like that keyboard layout. So imagine on your keyboard like Z, S, X, D, C, F, B. It's a completely different layout. It requires like different fingers to use, and I mean, really, it makes playing these charts a lot different. It makes certain patterns much harder. I think stairs are definitely one of them, because I think considering the default layout, I mean, I think we can kind of tell the difference that kind of play style makes.
Yeah, I'm not blaming Ben in the least. I think this is a remarkable performance for the circumstances that he's in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he did fine. I think his accuracy still was like pretty decent too. I mean, he got a better ratio than Ursamonso, so.
Oh, there you go. Reading from Twitch chat, looks like Ansheimer actually is here, a third Canadian player. Seems like he might be switching in soon.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe we could see Canada maybe steal a point real quick at the very end here. I mean, you know, it depends. I mean, I think it might happen for sure. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it at all. But as we get in our next pick here, I'm guessing. I mean, because I know Brazil knows that Canada's probably not feeling too hot on LNs right now, and I feel like they can take advantage of that.
Yeah, I don't know what the strategy was for their first pick, the what's it called?
Loving Trip.
Loving Trip, thank you. But if I was Brazil, I would go straight to the long notes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. I'm not, you know, I'm not sure. Like,
but I mean, we'll see. They're about to pick now.
If they keep going with their accuracy setup, which is definitely possible. I mean, I wouldn't put it beyond them to do that. I'd predict Heki here, but
looks like Ven is saying that one of his keys is dropping.
Oh, yeah,
that explains
that
everything, honestly.
A lot of things, yeah. And I mean, also, it's another thing worth considering. Like, keys in Mania, like, I guess tend to drop somewhat often. Oh, we're actually going with Pro Views here. Okay, interesting.
Maybe Brazil's just having a little bit of fun. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I think Prolivius is an alright pick too, actually, because this is fairly accuracy based. As long as you just don't get any 200s, which is actually like fairly hard to do.
I mean, it's like easy to say. Don't get any 200s.
Yeah, it's definitely easier said than done. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, in regards to Ben saying, you know, keys are dropping. I mean, I feel like that's fairly, I wouldn't say common, but it's not unheard of in Mania. Whereas I think in other game modes, you know, generally people don't break keyboards.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like my old keyboard, my C key got popped out, and it was so confusing because I don't use the C key in my layout.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird, but I've definitely seen a lot of keys popped out from playing Mania. Also, it seems like while we were discussing, Ansheimer did come in for Ven, and we are starting on Prolovies.
Yeah, and I mean, Ansheimer's actually dropping a couple 200s in the intro here on the releases, which I think is expected from a couple players. I definitely had trouble adjusting to it when I first started playing this. I mean,
his accuracy is climbing, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely climbing.
I mean, I think he's probably adjusted now, and I'm expecting fairly decent scores from every player here now. Also, just a note earlier, in regards to like the switches, I think Ben's switches broke. Not in the key, not on his keyboard, but his controller. Which,
Oh.
yeah. So.
Broke his controller? Oh, that's horrible.
That sucks. So.
Those things are expensive.
Kinda. It's not the. I don't think it was the actual like. There's certain switches that cost like way too much money, but I think it was a micro switch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but those aren't.
Okay.
Those aren't.
Oh, okay. I gotta say I don't know that much, but.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, no, that definitely requires some maintenance. Anyways, so yeah, both. I think all players still holding FCs here. I mean, this is actually really. Oh my God, okay, wait, this could be a Canada game here. Okay, scores are flickering now. Here we go.
They're close. They're close.
Oh my God. Okay.
Versus accuracy is falling to the lowest. Oh, never mind. It's. Oh, and Canada. Nope. Does Canada have the score now?
Oh my God. No, the thing is about Score V2 is that you have to build up a combo bonus as your combo approaches 400. So as long as Canada keeps an FC and good accuracy here, I think they have the win. At the very last couple minutes here,
this is it.
I think they take it. They actually
Canada's
do take
taking a point.
Only 5,000 point difference. Oh my God. All right. Well, they got their first point in this game, which is huge, I think. And it was on Prolovies too. So I think they actually have a
very huge
options open to them now.
Yeah, now that they have the picks with LNs, or at least picks that aren't BMS style, open to them.
Yeah, I would say
comeback incoming.
Yeah, man, I think Heki Reki now would be pretty risky just because the other team or Brazil has really, really good accuracy. But you know, I think Canada could actually maybe come out with a lot of picks, and they've still got that 1 point gap before game point here. So I still feel like they have a couple options open here.
Close game. But yes, Canada is going to be picking their second map, fourth map of the round.
Anemone. Okay. This is interesting because this has a couple SVs in it, but none that aren't too bad. So I think with a tiny bit of preparation, it's okay. And there's actually some LNs and quite a few LN stair patterns here. So this could be tricky. I don't know. We'll see how Brazil does on slow jams, because that's kind of another part of this chart.
Right.
Where there's a little slow section in the middle. So Ursamanso being swapped out for Coeft here, which
not surprising.
Yeah, I think it's a good decision. Yeah, and I think considering the last game, maybe he's a bit nervous because he dropped quite a few 200s, and that really cost him that point. So, all of a sudden, this is a close game again. So I just want to mention, someone in chat mentioned whether or not, or which players on which team. On the left side, the two players on the left, Dot and Ansimer, those guys are Canadians. And on the right, QF and Lothus are both Brazilian. So it's going to be left and right on the screen.
The respective countries are in the top left and top right of the screen, if you ever need to check. All right, and we're getting started. This is still match point. If Brazil takes this, they will be clutching out the 2-0 win ratio. But as we get into it, scores are flickering, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, but here we come in our first quick pattern. Oh, and Answer already dropping on the right hand there. That kind of, I'm not really sure what to call it. It's not really a trill, but it's not really a stare. It's just kind of.
It's a burst.
It's like a yeah, I guess, yeah, a burst. Like it was more like a 3-note roll, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, Answer received being there. Actually, I mean, it's an early miss, so it can't be too bad. If one of the Brazilians missed halfway in the chart, I think Canada can make a comeback. So I think it's going to come down to that.
They don't have much time left. It is past halfway already.
Yeah, and I think the second half of the song is considerably easier than the first, because there's not too much preparation. It's just like one small section of SVs, and then maybe like the end is like one SV.
Oh,
like
there's
the SV.
two drops.
Oh no!
Double drops from Brazil.
All right, okay.
But they're still in the lead. Oh, it's flickering now.
Yeah, it's flickering, and
oh, it's gonna be so close.
4v2 score bonus. They could definitely take it here. It comes down to the accuracy.
Oh! Is it okay?
Barely.
Yes, it is Canada.
Oh, they actually got the point. by 1,000,
Ooh.
less than 1,000 points.
Less than 1,000. It's 600.
Okay.
They win the song with 600 points.
Wow.
That is crazy. Oh my
that is
gosh.
crazy. I think that really all came down to Dot's performance there. Like 7 200s, no misses, no 50s, and that
Crazy, yeah.
double break from Brazil just totally ruined
It was synced up to at the exact same moment. Both Cleft and Lothus dropped a note.
Yeah.
And that was just enough for Canada to come back.
So Canada can make the comeback here. This is going to be really close. And now, I mean, Brazil, I think they might have to go back and focusing on accuracy here. I mean, you know, they
gotta play it safe.
they didn't get Pro Levies, they didn't get Anemone. Those are like the two almost finger independence charts. I think while Canada's best pick here is probably Sayonara Cruel World, Brazil needs to come back with, I think, Heki because it's just between those two, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one pick left to be made. After Brazil picks, either Brazil wins or we go to tiebreaker.
Yeah,
right?
I am so scared for tiebreaker.
How do you think
I just like to remind the stream, sorry. I just like to remind the stream that like the loser of this game will play China in the double elimination bracket stage, and that is going to be a very, very, very hard game for whoever loses here.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, China 2016 won the World Cup, 2017 second place in the World Cup, and they're placed second this year. So
yeah, I mean this. Maybe they'll they'll compare to the other guys. Who knows? Yeah, this is. I'm just. Brazil is in such a weird spot right now. Like they need to make the perfect pick here, and out of the two remaining, I think it's Heki. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous for both of these guys. Really, this is gonna be such a stressful match. Yeah, not even saying nerves in chat here.
Has the next pick come out? Oh man.
No, I think both these teams are. I mean, Brazil definitely still thinking, but I think both these teams are
keeping us on the edge of our seats, waiting for it.
Yeah, and actually, that's the thing though. Canada can't really pick; they're forced into a pick after the song. So
yes,
whatever, no matter what, we're going to be playing Heki. Okay, so Heki first, and then Sayonara Cruel World in that order. And someone on the Brazilian team swapped out Ursa Manso. Okay, so I think personally, like I honestly cannot tell who the winner is, but I think it's going to come down to this one SV that's towards the end of the chart, where I think any player can mess up there, and especially given how Brazil double missed on an SV just like it in Anemone, that could, be their downfall. And if Canada does take this break point, they can set up for a win here, and that would be really good.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I don't have words really at this point. What else is there to say about Heki? There's not a lot of long notes, so
I think there's like one or two.
Right. It's got them going and we got Urso playing instead of Cleft. Well, I don't know, we'll just have to see because we're going into the map now.
Yeah, and actually I need to correct an error I made earlier. There is a third map they can play. Kikwe Masu Ka, I think that's the name. I can't pronounce it. Okay, great, that I was right. So that's actually a strictly LN pick. So
it looks like both teams have been avoiding that one, so
yeah, so I'm not really sure if Canada's going to pick it or not. I think they'd be safer picking Sayonara Cruel World. Still, these scores are flickering back and forth.
Yeah, wow.
Very tense. I think Ansimer and Ursa Manso both have already dropped at least 200. Every single note these guys hit, the score flickers. It's so close right now. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, now Canada taking a more convincing lead, I think.
It's a short song. Any lead is a big lead.
Yeah. And the SV coming up very shortly here.
Miss or no miss?
Right here, I think.
Alright, no drops coming out. They all got it.
Fine. Couple sweeps coming in here, but I think both teams are handling themselves quite well. And it just comes down to the holds in the very end here, and I think Canada's going to take it.
Oh,
and they do take their... Oh! Oh, they still have it! Oh,
that was scary.
My God!
Oh my gosh.
That was a real miss from Dot.
The only
that
combo
was a
break.
real slider break.
Okay, to be fair, it
Oh.
wasn't a miss. It was just a 50. But
It was
still,
just a
the
slider,
only
yeah,
combo
yeah,
break from
still.
at the very end.
Oh, they still took it. Oh.
This is wild. We're actually seeing Canada. What's the
Yeah, Canada's now able to pick from 2 songs, and they're able to. They have the freedom to pick from 2 songs, whichever one they're more comfortable with, and they're on that. Or they're on game point. Like this is it. If this goes to tiebreaker, though, I don't know. I don't know if Brazil can do it or not. I mean, this comes down to who can read SVs better. That tiebreaker, there's so many stairs,
yeah.
so many SVs, and
The problem with the tiebreaker is that it's so long. Yeah, it's so long that even if you want to practice it, you got to devote like a full hour just to playing that song.
And I think considering these 2 teams, I don't know if any of them really predicted this game to be this close. Okay, so Canada does pick Sayonara Cruel World, which I think is understandable.
It looks like they've already surpassed your prediction, though. You were guessing 4-2 for Brazil, right?
Oh yeah.
But Canada's going above and beyond, and
This is really throwing me off guard. Because I didn't think Canada would really have the lead at all this game. Like honestly, maybe in the beginning, but I thought more picks in this pool favored Brazil, and now I honestly can't tell. If Canada takes it here, they set themselves up for a really good bracket.
and poor Brazil would probably looking to get knocked down to losers in the first round of the double elimination tournament.
Yeah,
if they lose this match.
Yeah, that's if they lose. And considering this pick, I don't know. I think here it's going to come down to keeping combo over strict accuracy, and I think subbing Lazarento in was a good pick. But I still don't know if that's the best for them. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pull out a really good score here, so we'll see.
This is a map where accuracy isn't, well, we're getting started anyway, but not a map where accuracy is as big of an issue. It's more about, I think, not breaking. What'd you say?
I was just saying, I think you're right. It really just accuracy. I mean, I would say accuracy in terms of ratio. Dropping 200 is going to be really huge here because that's probably going to determine really what happens to either of these teams. I think one thing to note out in the middle of this chart, there's a mini jack section and a couple double stairs, and I think some bracketing.
And double stairs, really fun to play, really hard to get accuracy on.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that could swing this game any other way. And Don already dropping a 200. I think Lazarento also did drop 200. Oh,
and Timer with the combo drop.
Yeah, that's
early drop.
Really risky. Oh man, I can't say anything just off that alone, but it's looking more and more and more like we're going to tiebreaker here, because these scores are not flickering right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, Canada took Brazil. Like, this is Canada's pick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dot dropping.
Yeah,
wow.
dot dropping, and then Lazarento dropping a couple 200s too on the mini jacks. But I think. Oh no, he's still not really recovering off that.
Oh,
yeah, and then he drops quite a bit there.
He's now the lowest accuracy of the match.
I don't think that's going to do it, though, because Lothus is holding an extremely good combo and accuracy right now. I think this is going to tiebreaker. His answer was dropping quite a bit now. Like, it's almost settled here.
Man,
unless
Canada take the breakpoint, Brazil takes the breakpoint, and we go to tiebreaker? Who would have predicted that?
I definitely cannot have at all. Wow, okay.
Yeah, more drops coming out, but it's too late to change anything.
Lothus really was, wow. That's really good. That's a really good score from him. For sure. I mean, that's 89 300s, nothing else. 995 on that.
You heard it here first, folks. Canada versus Brazil, group stage, going into tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Oh, man, okay, I could not have predicted this at all. Final match of the night. Canada versus Brazil. This determines first and second seeding in the group. We already know Norway's out of this group. And this is so close. So close. We've only gotten a tiebreaker once before, I think. That was Switzerland versus...
Yes, I was watching that one.
I don't remember. I think it was...
Switzerland versus
Yeah.
Argentina.
Argentina. Yeah, that's right. That one actually too really caught me off guard because I thought Switzerland would have totally decimated Argentina because they have
Yeah,
Lucas,
Argentina.
but then like they have to play catch up with their second and third players. So really though, they that's crazy. And then Switzerland got knocked out. So I mean this is just like that game. I feel like
Yeah.
you know winner gets first, second gets second, except that one loser got knocked out. But here like I feel like whoever like this game will determine these two teams like tournament performance.
I definitely on board with that. Yeah.
I'm not sure how these teams are going to do because I think it really comes down to at least if they've prepared it enough, and I don't know if they have.
And if Canada takes this, it's the second upset of the day, right? Just within a span of like 3 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, another thing to note is that Brazil, they've been top seeded before, and last year, in fact, they were top seeded, but they were eliminated from the tournament in group stage.
It was so sad.
It was almost unheard of. And
what was the teams? Who were they against? Do you remember?
I honestly can't remember for the life of me, but they had a strong roster too, which is also pretty surprising. So I mean, here if Brazil does lose this, historically it won't be the first time they didn't come out top of their group as top seed.
We are getting started with the tiebreaker, and for those who don't know, tiebreaker, it is almost 6 minutes long. It is probably the hardest map of the pool. Yes, it is a monster.
Man, I'm really curious to see how they do on the SVs because a lot of the sweeps in this chart or the stairs are just I cannot hit them. I mean, our team practice.
You can't hit them?
Like, I can't hit them. Our team practice for a bit. I'm not on our team's roster to play this chart if we do end up going to tiebreaker. Like that's how tricky this chart is for me. So I am curious to see how these other players do.
We get a moment to rest at the beginning. I need to breathe. I'm getting like really worked up.
Me too. Man, this.
I guess it's worth saying that Brazil has the lead right now, but I mean, with the easy part, and here's the first SVs. The scroll velocity changes.
It seems like both of these teams have these SVs down, although these aren't necessarily the hardest ones, and they're definitely bit set readable, but as long as you know the chart anyways. But Answer already dropping a miss.
Antheimer.
I think I have an idea of what Brazil is doing here. They use Lazarento for the last map, right? The Sayonara Cruel World.
Yes.
They did swap in Ursa Monster specifically for the tiebreaker, and he seems to be doing very good, or at least holding his ground very well. He's doing better than Antheimer. So I feel like maybe he was on backup practicing this chart, because that would definitely give Brazil a bigger advantage here.
That makes sense.
And the thing is, I mean, he's holding an FC too, despite having only 98% accuracy. He's still definitely doing way better than Antheimer here. And after that first section, I mean, it only gets harder in this chart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was a drop on an easy section too.
If I say, he's probably feeling, well, earlier he did say that he doesn't feel nerves, but he is, I'll see if his performance picks back up.
Honestly, despite maybe not feeling nerves earlier, I would definitely feel nerves at this point because this match means so much. And especially it coming down to the very last point, like that's huge. And Brazil just showing no mercy here. I mean, they are just Ursa Monster missing once, but twice, even then, that still does not trade with the amount of misses Canada's gotten so far. And I think it only benefits Brazil that they got those two misses right in the same spot, because based off score V2, like misses that are close to each other or misses that are early in the song and very late in the song are usually rewarded better over
because
misses that are like right in the middle.
You don't spend as much time on low combo.
Yeah.
Well, we got at the long note coming in. Brazil in the lead by how much would you say? 30,000?
Something like that, yeah.
35,000. Not looking great. More drops from Antheimer.
Yeah, I think it's approaching 40,000 now. I mean, this is halfway through the chart. It would have to take Lothus an incredible amount of misses, like periodically throughout the chart.
Lothus is just destroying on accuracy.
Yeah, he's definitely got this chart practice. So I honestly, I would say he's the MVP of at least the last couple of rounds of this match and maybe the whole game. Honestly, he's been playing really good so far, especially his accuracy in the beginning. Like he's just shown that he's really fit for definitely this pool and I think this tournament.
Yeah, Lothus wasn't on my radar before this match, but now I see he's definitely a player to be reckoned with.
See, the thing is like, he's on my radar for 4-key, not 7-key. So
Right.
This is really more interesting to me now because actually, I would say the same with Ursa Monso. I knew him and Lothus both from when they played MWC in 4-key, not 7-key. So this is all like these are all new players to me, and these guys are going insane right now, and they're really showing their worth this tournament.
Yeah, it looks like they are. Whew. It's not looking good for Antheimer.
Yeah, I think this just came down to Brazil having more practice with this chart, which really surprises me because I'm surprised they had the backup plan to practice this even if they went to tiebreaker, because a lot of times people don't practice tiebreakers because they just don't expect to go to tiebreaker.
I mean, like if you have to like measure out your time, right? Then you have a certain amount of time each day to practice. And are you gonna practice the one you have like a 1 in 10 chance of playing, or the one that you know you're gonna pick?
And I mean, even then, I think 1 in 10 is an understatement because considering these two teams, I would say like there's almost no chance of going to tiebreaker. And
I'm almost wondering.
Like it's crazy.
I'm wondering if they had played Antheimer instead of Ven from the start, with him being stronger on the long notes. Could they have had this one?
Potentially. I think, well, the first two picks they had were Nageki and Loving Trip. And those aren't necessarily long note charts, and I would say more so accuracy. But considering, I think the lead that Brazil had on Nageki wasn't like too huge given the amount of misses that Ven got. So I think at least Nageki would have been close. I think Brazil still definitely would have gotten Loving Trip, but I'm not so sure about Nageki. Or
alternate kind of timeline. What if Ven's controller wasn't messing up, right?
That's true too. Yeah.
But now we're getting to this is the end of the tiebreaker, and Brazil has won the match.
Yeah,
they're 4-3.
They've secured a very good spot in the double elimination bracket, and Lothus this score is hard to beat. That score is hard to beat, for sure. And wow, what a game!
What a game! Oh, and let's not forget to mention Lothus full combo 99.4% accuracy.
Yeah, no, that's
crazy.
That's an unbelievable score. Wow. So that's
GG's coming out.
Gonna be the end of the game. Yeah, really, really, really good game. Brazil winning that. I mean, as much as I thought Brazil would win, I didn't think it would come down to this.
Well, that's all the matches we have for today. So we're going to be wrapping it up pretty shortly.
Yep, I don't have much else to say. So looking at Group B, now that the results are finalized, we have Brazil on top, then Canada, then Norway. Really, I think good performance from a lot of the teams. I think Norway really put good effort into this tournament. So really, I'm pretty satisfied with the results of that group. So really nice. Anyways, I don't have much else to say. If you'd like to close it out.
Sure. I'd like to say that if you want to catch the rest of the group stages, tune in at 2 a.m. UTC. That's how far is that? It's about 4 hours from now. 5 hours?
6
hours. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm all confused here. Anyways.
Yeah. It's later. Check the wiki. It's on the Twitch page if you scroll down to see the schedule. We're going to be watching Japan versus US and Australia versus Chile. But for now, I've been Nivrad00.
I'm Stupid Man.
And thanks for watching. Rhythm is a click away or something. See y'all.